Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever, stared at a blank slide, just dreading the hours ahead?
Oh, absolutely.
Or maybe you've spent way, way too long wrestling with formatting, the design part, instead of just focusing on your message.
Mm-hmm. Happens all the time. It's a massive time sink for so many of us.
Totally.
And in today's world, I mean, information moves at lightning speed, doesn't it? So being able to communicate your ideas effectively and crucially efficiently is, well, it's more critical than ever.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, you've sent us some fantastic source material, specifically a really comprehensive review looking at the top AI presentation makers out there right now in 2025.
That's right.
Our mission: to cut through all the noise, pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, and basically give you a shortcut to understanding how these tools actually work.
Yeah. And maybe which ones might be the right fit for you.
Yes, and what kind of difference they can really make to, your workflow and your final results.
Yeah. Think of this as your guide, maybe, to being truly well informed on how artificial intelligence is fundamentally changing presentation creation,
Okay.
helping you avoid that feeling of information overload while still getting the key insights that matter.
And the potential impact is huge. I mean, the source suggests these tools can help generate polished slides up to 10 times faster than the old ways.
10 times, that's significant.
It is. And get this, 77% of managers are apparently already using AI to boost their productivity, not just for presentations, but across various tasks, including communication stuff.
Wow, 77%. That statistic alone tells you this isn't just some niche trend, is it?
Not at all. These tools promise to handle pretty much everything from generating that initial content and designing layouts, all the way to ensuring your branding is consistent.
Which frees you up, presumably, to focus on the actual delivery.
Exactly. Focus on delivering your message. So whether you're, say, a busy professional, an educator trying to engage students, or maybe part of a fast-moving startup, it really looks like there's something in this AI revolution for pretty much everyone.
All right, so shall we dive into the tools themselves?
Let's do it. The review covers 7 of the top contenders based on this source material. We'll go through them, hit the key features that stand out, what makes each one unique.
Their pricing, maybe?
Yep, pricing, and crucially, what actual users are saying about them. Real-world feedback.
Yeah, the comparison table in the source gives us a great starting point. It lists Gamma, Beautiful.AI, Google Slides AI, Presentations.ai, Slidebean, Canva Magic Design, and Dectopus.
Okay.
What's fascinating here, I think, is that each one seems to approach the problem of presentation creation with AI from a slightly different angle.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Let's kick things off with Gamma.
Okay, Gamma. It's highlighted as a seriously powerful AI-driven platform. The source notes it's been used for, over 250 million creations already.
250 million, wow.
Yeah, and that's not just presentations, but also websites and documents, too.
Sure.
Its main thing, its headline feature, is AI-powered content creation.
Right.
So you give it a basic prompt or maybe even an existing document you've written, and it can transform that into a polished presentation. It intelligently organizes the content and suggests designs in, apparently, seconds.
Seconds. That sounds incredibly fast.
Yeah.
So if I have, rough notes or a report, Gamma could essentially draft the presentation for me almost instantly.
That's the idea.
Mhm.
Exactly. It focuses heavily on speed, getting you to that first draft super quickly.
Okay.
And interestingly, rather than traditional slides, it uses what they call an interactive card system.
Interactive cards, what does that mean?
Well, it means your presentation can be more dynamic, it's scrollable, it's responsive, almost like a mini website in a way.
Ah, okay. So potentially much more engaging than just static slides clicking through, depending on your audience, I guess.
Could be, yeah. It also supports seamless media integration, think YouTube, Figma, stuff like that. And it even includes AI-powered image generation if you need visuals created right there on the fly.
Built-in AI image generation, okay? And for teams.
For teams, yeah, analytics and collaboration features are available, but those are on the paid plans. Pricing starts free, but you get a limited number of AI credits.
Credits, like tokens.
Exactly, like tokens are points you use each time the AI does something significant, like generating a whole deck. Then the paid tiers start, plus from about $8 a month if you pay annually.
And users seem to like it.
Seems so. High ratings mention 4.8 out of 5 on Product Hunt, for example. And there's a quote from Anne Marie, a director of product, saying, Gamma lets her package up information in ways I can't with slides while maintaining a smooth flow. Speed and flow seem key.
Makes sense. The source also mentions some best practices, like use detailed prompts.
Yeah, more detail in, better results out, basically. And apparently, if you do need a traditional PowerPoint file, choosing the traditional style when you export works best.
Gotcha. Any limitations mentioned?
The main one seems to be that some users find the customization options and the variety of templates a bit less extensive compared to maybe some other tools out there.
Okay. So Gamma is really about getting from zero to a dynamic first draft incredibly fast based on your text input. Beautiful.AI takes a very different approach, right? It's more about the design side.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Spot on. Where Gamma emphasizes speed from content, Beautiful.AI emphasizes getting that design polish using its AI. It has a smart slide system.
Smart slides.
Yeah, it automatically adapts layouts and visual elements as you add your content. So it's applying professional design principles automatically. You don't have to manually fuss with alignment, spacing, fonts on every single slide.
Ah, okay. So it's like having a built-in designer constantly tidying things up and suggesting improvements as you go.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. The source actually quotes Emmett Sunil, a product manager, who says it's like working side by side with a designer,
That really captures it.
doesn't it? It also has an AI content assistant, which can suggest slide types, even prompt ideas based on what you're trying to say. And its dynamic templates automatically adjust layouts if you add or remove content, keeping everything looking clean.
That auto adjustment sounds useful, and for teams.
Right, for teams, their team plan includes strong collaboration tools, things like a centralized slide library, custom themes for brand consistency, shared assets, real-time editing.
Okay, and pricing for Beautiful.AI.
Pricing is Pro at $12 a month, billed annually, and Team at $40 per user per month, also annually. User reviews seem largely positive, about 4.6 out of 5 on Capterra.
And another user quote.
Yeah, Darby Zaradnik, a national sales manager, is quoted saying, "It has made creating presentations so simple and saved a ton of our team's time." Time saving again.
But limitations. The templates can feel rigid sometimes.
That's what the source notes, yeah. Because the AI is enforcing those design rules, it can sometimes feel a bit restrictive if you want total control. Apparently, exporting to PowerPoint might sometimes require a few minor tweaks afterwards.
Okay. Best practices mentioned were using those smart slides and maybe saving your own custom templates.
Exactly. Leverage the AI, but also make it your own once you nail down a look you like.
Like working side by side with a designer that really resonates with Beautiful.AI's promise. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about a tool many of us probably already use, but now it's got significant AI upgrades. Google Slides.
Yes, Google has integrated their AI model, Gemini, directly into the familiar Google Slides interface you already know.
So it's right there, Ask Gemini feature.
Exactly, right there where you're working.
And what can Gemini actually do inside Slides? What kind of things?
Well, the source highlights several capabilities. It can generate slide ideas, even full outlines based on your topic.
Okay.
It can give you design recommendations for slides you've already made. It can create original visuals using their powerful Imagen 3 technology.
Imagen 3. That's their latest image model, right?
Yeah.
Since March 2025.
That's the one. Apparently makes the AI images quite impressive. And it could even build initial slides directly from content you already have sitting in your Google Drive.
Right. That seamless integration with your existing Google Workspace stuff, your Docs, Sheets, Drive, that seems like a massive advantage if you're already living in that ecosystem.
Oh, absolutely. It
Right.
makes pulling in content and collaborating just incredibly easy, doesn't it?
Yeah. And pricing. Is it extra?
It's included with various Google Workspace subscriptions, like the business standard one is mentioned at $14.40 a month, or you can get it via their separate Google AI Pro plans.
Then how do users rate it?
The source gives solid ratings. Performance at 4.2 out of 5, value at 4.5 out of 5. Seems pretty good.
Any tips for using it effectively? Like, give it good info.
Yeah, the usual AI advice. Provide Gemini with detailed info about your audience and purpose. Always, always review the AI-generated content carefully, especially if it's a niche or complex topic.
Right. Don't just trust it blindly.
Exactly. Give the AI feedback to help it learn.
Yeah.
And really lean into that deep workspace integration that's its superpower.
Makes sense. The power of Google's whole ecosystem combined with integrated AI definitely makes it a compelling option, especially if you're already invested. Okay, next up, a tool that makes some very bold claims about speed and really emphasizes brand consistency, Presentations.ai.
Ah, yes. This one definitely caught my eye in the source material. It uses an AI assistant they've named Clippy.
Clippy, okay.
And the claim is, well, it's pretty big. They claim it can cut the time for creating a first draft by a factor of 50.
50 or 50.
50 times, yes.
Yeah.
And improved design quality tenfold.
Huh.
50 times faster for a first draft. I mean, that's just staggering, if true.
It really is a serious claim about efficiency. How does the source say it achieves that speed?
It suggests that speed comes from Clippy's ability to create presentations
Mm.
directly from natural language prompts, like you just talking to it. Also, importing and instantly modifying existing files, even redesigning old PowerPoints, or pulling content directly from URLs. It really tailors the design based on your content and the style you want.
Okay, so very versatile input, and it sounds quite team-focused as well.
Very much so. The source notes strong team collaboration tools, including a specific integration with Microsoft Teams.
Oh, interesting. So it plays nice with Microsoft's world, too.
Seems like it. This allows teams to share feedback, assign specific slides to people, monitor progress. And this is cool. The source even mentions the ability to host video meetings within the Presentations.ai workspace itself.
Wait, host video meetings inside the presentation tool. That's unique. A really integrated collaboration feature.
Isn't it? On the paid plans, they also offer detailed analytics and pretty robust brand management features. They call one Brand Sync, which automatically ensures visual uniformity.
Making sure everyone uses the right colors, fonts, logos.
Exactly, all that brand governance stuff. Now, pricing starts with a free starter tier, but it's quite limited. You get limited credits, and importantly, those credits are non-renewable on the free plan, and they charge like 5 credits per AI slide.
And the big catch.
The big catch on free is NO downloads. You basically have to move to paid tiers like Pro, which is around 198 offers a year, just to download your work.
Ouch. Okay, good to know. But user ratings are high.
Very high, yeah. Across different platforms, like 4.6 out of 5 on the Microsoft Store, users seem to really praise the user-friendly interface and the quality of the AI design output.
Any downsides mentioned? Maybe too many options.
Yeah, the source does note that the sheer number of customization options, while powerful, could potentially feel a bit overwhelming for total beginners. But still, that 50x claim for first drafts, even if it's best-case scenario, points to a tool built for serious speed, especially for teams.
Okay, got it. Moving from pure speed and team focus, let's look at Slidebean. This one has a very specific niche, doesn't it?
That's right. Slidebean is also AI-powered, but it's particularly well-known, almost famous, for streamlining the creation of pitch decks, for startups looking for funding.
Ah, the crucial pitch deck. Makes sense to specialize.
Yeah, this source mentions over 1 million slides have been created on their platform, so they've got experience. And their core philosophy is really interesting. The founder, Kaya, is quoted saying something like, "Creating and designing your content at the same time is a terribly inefficient process."
That's actually a really insightful point, isn't it? We all try to do both at once.
We do. So Slidebean's AI design approach is built on separating those two steps. You focus on getting your content right. First, the text, the images, the data.
Its substance.
Exactly. Then the AI analyzes that content and automatically chooses the best layouts from its library, fine-tunes the design elements, arranges the visuals professionally. The AI handles the design heavy lifting after you've provided the core information.
That makes a ton of sense, especially for something as structured and high stakes as a pitch deck. You want clarity, visual professionalism, but you also need to iterate on the content quickly.
Precisely. It also supports collaboration, real-time editing, tracking changes, which is obviously essential for teams refining a pitch together.
Yeah, definitely.
And it includes analytics so you can track how viewers are actually interacting with your deck. You'll see which slides get the most attention, where people drop off.
Ooh, that's valuable intel for pitching. Pricing.
Starts at $12 a month for their starter plan. Then they have an Accelerate plan at $99 a month, which actually adds strategic support, like consulting calls and help finding investors, really leaning into that startup pitch niche.
Okay.
Annual plans offer about a 35% saving. User reviews give it a respectable 3.9 out of 5, and users specifically highlight its intuitive pitch deck templates and just ease of use as major strengths.
So Slidebean essentially takes the headache out of designing a visually compelling professional pitch deck by letting the AI handle layout and polish based on proven templates. Smart focus.
Definitely seems like it. Now, moving to a tool that's already pretty much synonymous with visual design for the masses, Canva. And now they've added magic design.
Right. Canva's already this design powerhouse used by millions. So adding AI to auto-generate designs from just a prompt, that feels like a natural and potentially incredibly powerful evolution for them.
Absolutely. It's part of their larger Magic Studio suite, which they've apparently backed with a significant $200 million investment in AI, so they're serious about it.
Wow. So Magic Design uses AI to draft complete designs, not just presentations.
Right, the source has presentations, but also videos and other formats, all from a simple text prompt you give it. It interprets your prompt, structures the content, and then pulls from Canva's absolutely massive library of templates and assets to create visually appealing layouts.
And for anyone using Canva professionally, that focus on brand consistency must be key, right? Especially with their brand kit feature.
Oh, for sure. That integration is highlighted. You can apply your brand kit logos, colors, fonts to the AI-generated designs easily, particularly if you're a pro user.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the source quotes Canva saying Magic Design turns a prompt or your own media into captivating and fully designed videos, presentations, and more. Speed up the creation process. Customization is built in, letting you adapt the AI templates.
What about safety and quality? AI can sometimes go weird.
Canva emphasizes that too. Automated prompt reviews, monitored AI training, content filtering. Apparently it's optimized for English prompts primarily right now.
Okay. And pricing for Canva's AI Magic?
It starts free, but you only get 10 lifetime uses for Magic Design presentations on the free tier.
Only 10 ever. Okay.
Yeah. Then you move to Pro, which is about $120 a year. That gives you 150 credits per month for all their Magic Studio AI features, plus access to their huge stock asset library, templates, etc.
And how's it rated?
CNET apparently rated it 7 out of 10. Strengths mentioned were it being visually engaging, working across desktop and mobile easily, and good user privacy practices.
Any limitations noted for Magic Design?
One mentioned is that you can't easily refine the AI-generated images with follow-up prompts once they're created, and some restrictions on generating non-square images. Minor things, maybe.
Okay. Still, Canva bringing this kind of AI power to their massive user base is pretty significant, especially for visual-first users or teams already deep in the Canva ecosystem. Right, finally, let's look at Dectopus.
Dectopus, yep. Another dynamic AI platform focused on simplifying and accelerating presentations. The source claims this one can cut preparation time by 64%.
64%, another substantial time-saving claim. What features drive that?
Well, its AI features include generating entire topic-based presentations from just a brief description you give it.
Okay.
It offers audience segmentation features, AI content recommendations as you build, and something particularly interesting the source mentions. It can import PDFs and automatically convert them into slides.
Wait, really? Import a PDF and it turns it into slides.
Yeah.
That's a really unique workflow feature. That could be incredibly useful.
Right. Think about all those existing reports or documents you have that suddenly need to become presentation material. That feature alone could save you hours of painful copy pasting and reformatting.
Absolutely. Huge time saver potential there. What else?
It also helps generate presentation scripts with personalized notes for your delivery. For the design side, it offers one-click design application.
A one click?
Yeah, apply a whole theme instantly. It automatically adjusts layouts as you edit, has drag-and-drop flexibility, brand templates, and even a magic button that instantly suggests relevant icons or images for your slide's content, saving you that time hunting around.
Magic button for visuals, nice.
Yeah.
How's the user experience rated?
Pretty highly, according to the source.
If
4 out of 5 for functionality, 4.5 out of 5 for user experience overall. Seems easy to use.
Is there a user quote?
Yep. Very easy to use and saves so much time. Instead of playing with PowerPoint design, you can focus on your materials. The design is predefined, very modern, and easily changeable. That captures it well, I think.
Focus on materials, not formatting. Makes sense. Pricing for Dectopus.
Includes a free tier for up to 3 presentations, then paid plans like Loot, $9.99 month Pro, $14.99 month annually, and business tiers. They also offer a 50% student discount, which is great for academic users.
Good for students. Any limitations mentioned?
The source notes that sometimes the AI-generated images and text can occasionally feel a little generic compared to results you might get from other, maybe more sophisticated AI models.
Okay, a potential trade-off for the ease of use and speed. Wow, okay, that's a lot of powerful tools we've just covered, each with its own strengths, its own angle, from sheer speed like Gamma, design polish like Beautiful.AI, niche focus like Slidebean, unique features like Dectopus's PDF import.
It's a crowded space, isn't it?
It really is. So with all these options promising faster creation, better design, how do you even begin to choose the right one for you based on all this information?
That is the critical question, isn't it? And thankfully, the source offers some really helpful tailored recommendations based on different user groups and also some key selection criteria to think about.
Okay, perfect. Let's break that down. Who are these tools generally best suited for, according to the source?
Well, first, if you're a startup or maybe a small business, the recommendation is to prioritize tools with professional templates, especially if you're doing fundraising pitches.
Right. Pitch decks again.
Yeah. You also likely need consistent branding features and just quick, easy editing. Based on the source, Gamma and Beautiful.AI are suggested as good fits here, partly because they offer those free plans that let you start small and then scale up as your business grows.
And Slidebean too, presumably, for pitch decks specifically.
Absolutely, Slidebean remains a strong contender in that specific startup pitch deck niche, given its laser focus.
Okay. What about bigger companies, enterprise teams? Their needs are usually quite different, right? More complex.
Exactly. Enterprise teams typically need much more advanced brand integration across a whole organization, really robust collaboration features for many users, strong data security protocols, and seamless compatibility with their existing software stack, their CRM, their project management tools, etc.
So who fits that bill?
Presentations.ai is highlighted in the source as being particularly strong in this enterprise area. Remember its brand sync features and those integrations, like the one with Microsoft Teams. That resonates with enterprise needs.
Got it. And for educators and academic users, what's important for them?
For educators, the focus is often on tools that are just easy to use, cost-effective, and good for sharing information clearly and engagingly with students.
Makes sense.
Google Slides AI gets a recommendation here, mainly because it builds on that familiar interface that many educators and students already know, plus the smart design help can save time on preparing lectures or lesson materials.
And Dectopus, with the student discount and PDF import.
Yeah, Dectopus could also be quite useful there, especially for educators who have a lot of existing materials in PDF format they want to repurpose quickly. That student discount makes it more accessible too.
Okay, so that helps narrow it down by user type. Beyond that, what are the sort of key criteria anyone should consider when they're making a choice between these tools?
The source emphasizes several key points here. First, user experience, UX, is critical. How intuitive is the tool? How easy is it to actually learn and use day to day?
Right, if it's clunky, you won't use it.
Exactly. Beautiful.AI, for instance, was noted with that high 4.85 user rating for UX, suggesting it's particularly smooth to work with. Second, content quality. It's not just about speed. Does the AI help you create genuinely better, more engaging content?
Like better visuals.
Yeah, the source points out that incorporating strong visuals, potentially generated or enhanced by these tools, can increase audience retention by up to 80%. That's a big number.
Huge. Okay, what else?
Third, integration with your existing software workflows. Does the tool play nicely with the other apps you and your team rely on daily? That could be a major factor in adoption.
Sure. Don't want another siloed tool.
Right. And finally, of course, budget. You really need to evaluate what you get with the free plans versus the capabilities and credits or features unlocked in the paid tiers. Does the value justify the cost for your specific needs?
Okay, UX, content quality, integration, budget. Good checklist. And those real-world success stories mentioned in the source, they're pretty compelling illustrations of the potential impact, aren't they?
They really bring it home, yeah. The source highlights a marketing team using Gamma who apparently saw a 45% boost in client engagement.
45%? Wow.
And a startup using Beautiful.AI for their pitches. They saw a reported 50% increase in funding interest.
Okay, that's serious ROI for a startup.
Absolutely. And an educator using various AI tools reported a 40% improvement in student engagement.
Seeing those actual percentage increases engagement, it really drives home the why should I care factor for you, the listener, doesn't it? It's not just about saving maybe an hour here or there. It's about potentially making a measurable impact on your goals.
Exactly. How might using Gamma's interactive cards, or Beautiful.AI's polished design, or Slidebean's focused templates actually lead to those kinds of boosts?
It suggests the AI is helping create presentations that are just better, right? More dynamic, more visually appealing, more professional looking than maybe you could achieve easily on your own, or at least not without investing a ton of time.
And that visual polish, that engagement factor, it can make your core message resonate much more effectively, whether that's with clients or investors or students.
Makes sense. And the source also tackles some frequently asked questions, right? Just to clarify the core benefits.
It does. Like, a common question is, how do these AI tools actually maintain consistent branding across a team or organization?
Yeah, how do they do that reliably?
Well, they do it primarily by automating the use of your key brand elements,
Yeah.
your specific colors, your fonts, your logos, across all the slides. Many offer customizable templates or master slides where you embed those brand assets once.
Okay, set it and forget it, kind of.
To an extent, yes. And the AI can even offer smart suggestions to help fix inconsistencies if someone accidentally deviates from the brand guidelines. It
Yeah.
acts like a brand guardian.
So they help enforce the brand guidelines automatically. That's a huge win for marketing teams or larger companies.
Oh, absolutely. It makes it much harder for things to go off brand. Another key question addressed is, what are the main benefits versus traditional software like just manually creating slides in PowerPoint or Keynote?
Right. What's the core value proposition?
The source sums it up pretty nicely. First, obviously they save massive amounts of time. We're talking potentially minutes versus hours for initial drafts and then for revisions too.
Okay, time saving is number one.
Definitely. Second, they make the content creation part significantly easier, helping with drafting text, automatically designing layouts, generating relevant visuals. It reduces the friction.
Takes away some of the blank page fear.
Exactly. Third, they help ensure a more polished and consistent design output, even if you're not a designer yourself. Fourth, they can tailor the results to your specific needs based on the prompts and context you provide. And fifth, some can help you build in interactive features like polls or Q&A to boost audience engagement during the actual presentation.
That's a pretty compelling list of advantages. What about for educators specifically? How do these tools benefit them?
For educators, the source highlights that these tools primarily streamline those tedious but necessary tasks, formatting slides, organizing material. This frees up valuable time, right? Time they can then spend focusing on teaching, on curriculum development, on actually interacting with students.
More time for teaching, less time fiddling with software?
Precisely. The AI can also analyze their course materials to recommend suitable layouts, or even suggest interactive elements like quizzes or polls that could boost student involvement in the lesson. Some might even offer ways to provide real-time feedback.
Interesting potential there for pedagogy. So, pulling this all together, what does this all mean? It seems pretty clear that AI presentation tools aren't just some fleeting trend or a gimmick. They feel like they're fundamentally changing how presentations get created.
I think that's fair to say, yeah. They're offering massive potential for time savings and, maybe just as importantly, leading to significantly higher quality and potentially higher engagement in the final output.
And whether you need raw speed or that perfect design polish or specific integrations for your particular workflow or tools tailored for a niche like pitch decks or education. This landscape review suggests there's likely an AI tool out there designed to meet your specific needs, ready to work with your sources and your ideas.
Right. By leveraging AI to handle a lot of that heavy lifting,
Mm-hmm.
the design, the layout, maybe even some initial content generation, you can really shift your focus back.
Back to what?
Back to refining your core message, thinking about your narrative, connecting with your audience, practicing your delivery, making your presentations not just faster to create, but hopefully much more impactful in the end.
Absolutely. It really makes you think, though. If the AI can handle so much of the visuals, the layout, even drafting chunks of the content so efficiently, what becomes your unique role? What's the essential human element in making that presentation truly memorable, truly persuasive, truly connected?
That's a great question.
What is the human touch? The specific insight, the storytelling flair, the emotional connection. Does that become even more valuable now that some of the technical hurdles are so much lower?
Precisely. It raises a really important question, I think, about where human creativity, that strategic thinking, that genuine connection, where does it all fit into this increasingly automated process? It's definitely something for you, the listener, to consider as you think about your next presentation project.